Hey guys, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time it's a live stream. It's a late night one, and I have to be a bit quiet because I am not the only person in this house. But I think I'm far away so that they don't hear my voice, but who knows? Maybe I'll get a phone call saying, hey, turn it down, you darn kids. Anyways, Left Shark the Dank, Grimlock King, uh, Charlie Sugar Loves Steven Universe, and Hero Productions William and Munn, Loyal Patriot 1, 2D Code AXB, Paradox XD are all here. Hello. And yeah, I'm just doing a random hangout. I wanted to explain that I have not seen Transformers the last night. Hello, Doomslayer Prime. So I just want to say that. Favorite Transformers figure you own? I already did a top 10 list of Transformers. So if you want to figure that out, my top 10 favorite Transformers in my collection video is probably the one you want to look up. Looks like I'm not going bad as planned. No spoilers, guys, yes. However, I do have Berserker, Barricade, Trigger Happy, and Steel Bane, which I think some people are curious about. So why do I bring up these Transformers? I'm going to review all of them in this video. Master Builder 164, Gaming and Reviews and Fun. Spoob. Ender Winter, 3 a.m. I'm okay with that. No reason to sleep anyway. You know what? Some people get pissed off that, or some people mention that, why are you doing this at 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning? Meanwhile, I'm in a different time zone. So, anyways, you're ordering Prime Wheeljack, you'll love him. Jonathan's RC videos also stepped in. So I'll do that in a second. What's your name? Brian. With a B. Someone had also mentioned to me recently that like they were asking about live streams, and they I don't know how to start this conversation off. They mentioned that they mentioned something about my live streams, and I just wanted to say to people, this isn't like I'm mad at that person. As I said before, I'm not mad at these people. If you've seen the last video where I'm like, I'm not perfect, you'll understand why, or you'll understand that I'm not pissed off at anyone for it. You'll also understand why I've been on edge lately. Hello, Roberto Rosas Banderas. Live streams are a lot more difficult than doing something that's edited. That is when you're filming it, not so much editing it. When you're editing it, yeah, that's a pain in the ass. But when you're doing a live stream, especially when you're by yourself, it tends to get difficult because you have to be on point constantly, and that's not always an easy thing to do. Sometimes you'll find yourself kind of slouching and not thinking about anything, and you want to do something, but you just can't because you can't think of anything. So it's kind of a fear of mine to do a live stream, and it just goes so bad. Not really a fear, but it's just kind of a worry. But yeah. 360 Swipe Gaming. Sup? First time I got to a live stream with T-Fan Page 21. Yay! Let's see. I love Transformers the last night. Good. See, I don't think I'm gonna like the movie too much, but I'm glad people are really liking the movie. But I mean, obviously, I have some sort of interest in the movie lineup. It's just not really the movie itself, because there's more to the movies than just the movies. Is what I was trying to explain in the last video, but I did so poorly. So, why do I suddenly want to play with Cyclonus? I wonder. Yeah. Wave 4 wish list, maybe. Oh, are you talking about the last night? I don't know. I already did the Wave 2 rundown video on what I want to get. Which, by the way, I finally found Wave 2, obviously. But I also found the one-step Megatron, the one-step Berserker, and the one-step Grimlock. And I was almost tempted to get the Megatron and Berserker. So, I don't know. It's funny, I don't really care about the one-steps for this lineup. I mean, Barricade looks kind of cool, but I still don't care. But Megatron I kind of want because of Megatron's look in the movie. I think he looks cool. And Berserker, I think kind of looks cool, honestly. I like the truck mode on that. But yeah, funny enough, I have that video of the rundown for Wave 2 and which ones I wanted to get. And I had uploaded that sometime before I actually got Steelbane. And then I got Steelbane and I decided, okay, I need to publish this video now because I just got one of the toys, so I might as well do that. You got Transformers Last Night Drift, and it's great, but the legs are loose. They had Drift, they had Squeaks. Squeaks I didn't really care for too much. Hello SJG Productions, or Prime Productions. Blackout 460. I'm sorry if I'm missing any names. Michael Bay Ruined Hound. I like the G1 design personally. You know, it's a different Hound though. Like, I see them as two different characters. But anyways, so yeah, I was deciding between Squeaks and Drift and Steelbane. I ended up getting Steelbane because I heard that there's problems, but I figured, you know what, this is a new character, and Squeaks I already have the custom, which I might redo, but I'm not sure. Drift is cool, and I want to get him, especially with all the other Drift figures I have. But sorry. But I would love to get that Drift. It's just I have that mold, or at least part of that mold. So I was thinking, do I really need him right now? I could probably skip over it and just get Steelbane for right now. So when they show pictures of Hound on AoE, I thought he was Bulkhead. Everyone thought he was Bulkhead. Guten Tag. Hello, MLG Jesus 6603. So yeah, let's go ahead and I don't know. I just got the IDW Comics Drift figure from the Generations line today. He's an awesome figure. He is. I have that figure. He's amazing. I even have the Robots in Disguise one. He's pretty cool. Any opinions on the Robots in Disguise toys? At the beginning, I kind of was like, okay, there's a few that I want, but I just kind of don't really care. It was like a year later that I decided, you know what, I need to go after these because they continue off Transformers Prime, and I love that series. I know that sounds like I got an addiction now, but I figured, you know what, because it continues that off, I might as well get as many as I can. And then later on, I find myself liking the R.I.D. figures more and more as they go on. And I go back to try and get some of the other figures, and they're actually pretty good. Like the Sideswipe. What's funny enough about the Sideswipe, and the review's probably coming out soon, if I have not uploaded that yet, is I like him overall because I think he's got a cool silhouette, and I can pose him, and that's fine. But the things I dislike about the toy is actually different than what the general opinion is on Sideswipe. Like the tabs on the shoulders, I actually think differently about that, but I think that might just be on my figure. Do you think Dragonstorm will have loose joints? If you're referring to as much as Steelbane, no, because he has two figures that combine into one, so they have to strengthen the joints. So I don't think he's going to be as bad as Steelbane. Blur. I almost got that at Toys R Us, but I didn't because I wanted Trigger happy. It's cool they bought Blur from Rescue Bots into already. They didn't. Oh, brought. Never mind. It makes the Along continuity stick together. Yep. Like again, to me, I don't think War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron are connected to Prime and Rescue Bots and Robots in Disguise. I kind of just look at them as two different continuities, and Hasbro tried to just smush them together, and it just didn't really work too well. Also, today I'm gonna go to the cinema and watch the new Transformers movie. Cool. Hope you enjoy it. I love the Transformers Last Night Drift because the new head sculpt is great and the Mercedes mode is gorgeous. Oh god, yeah. Actually, I should have got Drift because of that Mercedes. Scaramouche. Swag Lewis, 21. Which Transformers Prime characters would you want in Robots in Disguise? RC, Bulkhead, Wheeljack. We already have Ratchet and Optimus Prime and Bumblebee, so we got those. But if I have to say, Ratchet should return, and then Smokescreen. And Megatron. I know that Soundwave's returning anyways, so. And he's voiced by Frank Walker. Which, I mean, oh, cool, Frank Walker is voicing Soundwave. You know, that's cool in that sense. But doesn't that kind of ruin the idea of what Soundwave was? Kind of does. Oh, Knockout. Yes, I want Knockout. I'm glad they made a reference. Ultra Magnus, too. So, yeah. What... I'm trying to think of another topic to talk about. I love Cogman in Transformers Last Night. He was hilarious. Oh, cool. I'm not going to spoil anything. But if you go to Transformers Last Night, because I saw a couple of clips online, I haven't watched the whole thing, so I just wanted to say that. But there were a couple of clips that were leaked online. I was like, I might as well just watch a couple of these and see how they are. Nitro Zeus is a lot different than I thought he was going to be. I thought he was going to be like, if I have to put it in a sense, I thought he was going to be like Prime Dreadwing in a sense. But he is a totally different character, and I love him for that. Oh, the intro. I also saw the intro. And I do know that there's an end credit scene. I have not watched it yet. I just know that there is. That was actually something I was kind of wondering about, because Age of Extinction, I don't think has one last I checked. I can't remember. I remember during Dark of the Moon, like, when I saw that, it didn't have a credit scene, but apparently there were some theaters that were showing a credit scene. So with that, I was kind of like, is Age of Extinction going to have one? And apparently it does. So Nitro, I'm not even going to talk too much about him, except that I really like him. So yeah. Also, Hot Rod. I saw one clip of Hot Rod, and he's actually a lot better than I thought he was going to be. So, no, Nitro is nothing like Starscream. I can tell you that. If Starscream was like him, I'd laugh. I feel like Nitro. Okay, Nitro obviously has Shockwave's head. You can see that right off the bat. But I feel like he's got the legs of Soundwave. Is that just me? I could be wrong. But I don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the figures that I got recently. Because the reason why I'm doing this is it will be a while before I do an official review, so I figured, you know what, might as well just talk about them now. I'm going camping later. I don't want to film a review until after camping because I already have like 11, 12 reviews that I've filmed and uploaded to YouTube that's not published, so I want to wait till then. Palpatine Gaming. Hello, what's up? And yes, I'm dressed up in the Canadian Reviewer outfit because I just finished filming the lines parts of the Canadian Reviewer. Once you watch the episode, it'll make sense. But I finished that part up. I finished the look at me, I'm here parts, if that makes sense. I don't know. Anyways, let's see. Berserker. Let's take a look at this. So I heard from a lot of people that they don't like Berserker because he does not transform too well. Well, you're going to find in the opening video that I'm going to publish probably tomorrow so that I can just go camping and not have to deal with that, I guess. I don't know. Does that make sense? Anyways, I was actually being very patient with this figure, going one step at a time, and I was able to transform him just fine. You know, he does have these open gaps, but sometimes if I get it right, he doesn't have those gaps. He doesn't pop up or anything like that. So I'm not sure what that is about, but I think the main reason why that happens is there's no tab that connects this, and there's no tab to connect anywhere along this. So this entire section is not being held by anything here, and it needs that because it's just an open gap right along here. It's tabbed in down here, it's tabbed in along here. So it's got a frame that's connected, but inside all these pieces aren't connected by anything. So that's unfortunate. And I'm sorry if I'm going to keep missing the chat, but that's just, yeah. Anyways, so Berserker looks cool. I haven't even put him next to Crankcase. I do have that figure, though. But I can tell you that this feels a lot smaller, but it feels a lot better, too. Not as sturdy, though, but I kind of like the look of it, the shape of it. I just don't like the blue windows. The headlights are fine. The top lights are fine. Yes, they're painted and not clear. That whatever. I don't care. But it's the blue windows. They could have just left it unpainted, and that would have been fine. I just don't like the blue on it. The Decepticon logos look cool, but I think they would look better in white or silver. I don't know. Just the purple seems a little too out there because he's already got. He's mostly black. It's supposed to be mostly this dark color with accents of red, and then you also have the blue and purple, and there's other colors in this that kind of clash with that, and I don't think it really works. But as far as this is concerned, I do like it. You know, nonetheless, I really do. I like the logo on the front there. I like the design. I like that the logos are painted, so that's nice. I just think that he could have been better. Also, that tab. Why is that in gray? Make it in black. Anyways, he's got a couple of these little things, little weapons, and I love these. These are probably the best part on the toy. I think it's pretty awesome because this is something I wanted for Crankcase. Now we got him, so that's pretty cool. It's kind of like the Megatron from Dark of the Moon, how his gun was introduced in a later toy. So, oh God, Master Builder, hope you're feeling well later, I guess. And yes, I'm excited for Jurassic World too. Anyways, so yeah, with that said, you can also connect the weapons on the side here. There's little tab holes. But it's whatever. I don't really need to put them on. But I'm glad that they're there. They're not obnoxious or anything like that. They're just there, and they don't ruin the figure. So that's good. So I do like this toy in alt mode, and I can get it into him just fine. You just need to be patient with him. It's likely that yours might not be the same case, and I just got a good model that doesn't have any problems. But who knows? All I'm going to say is I do like this, and if you're patient with him, you could get him in the alt mode just fine. So, There we go. How do you feel about expensive paint chipping? Yay! So transformation. Pop off these little sides right there. And I know this isn't a good quality video, but as I said, I'm going to do a review later. And then take the front bumper and bring that up. Actually, let me just lower that anyways. So just bring that up. Take this section right here with the window and the hood and just move that up and flatten that down. There's two joints right here, one for the window and one for the hood. Let's see. Next, what you want to do is completely untab the back section, which is really not hard to do. And then next, what you want to do is take the feet and unpeg them. The back of the feet pegs onto this little bit right here. And then right along here, there's also another little tab bit, peg bit, whatever you want to call it. And you just unpeg all that so it all sprays out and everything is out of the way. You can fold these up if you like, these little panels. And that looks weird. That looks really stupid, but whatever. All right, see ya, Ender Winner 547. Anyways, moving on from that, you take the car bit, and it's on a double joint. So you just fold that down, fold that in, and collapse that. And then there's a couple of tabs on the back here that go into the lights on the top, and you just connect them in like so. It's always this side for some reason. I don't know why. This side I can't get off. Like I even tried. This side just pops off easily. I don't even have to do anything and it just pops off. Anyways, take the legs and you bring them down because there is... the backpack doesn't really hold into place. There is a joint on the waist. You just fold that back. And the bumper, you can do whatever you want with that. I just usually have it on the back and out of the way of the wheels on the legs. You bring the legs down like so, and you rotate them right up here. And they're on a double joint, so you bring them back, and then these will snap into place. Which I don't like. Just give us the regular articulation. You know, if you want it to stop at that point, that's fine. But why do they click into place? Just don't do that. Just have a nice tight joint that gives you that amount of articulation. And then the bottom of the feet open up. And they're not the best heels, but I mean, they're fine, I guess. Anyways, bring down the arm and rotate from the joint right there. Rotate the arm down, rotate from the joint there. And you have to, or at least I found it easier to bend the elbows and then take the claw bit on the back and just move that up like so. Do the same thing to the other side. And you can straighten up the elbows or do whatever you want with that. Next, take the hands. And you can do whatever you want with the head. And then this little bit right underneath here just folds in. And there you have Berserker in his robot mode. And I gotta say, he is a very nice looking robot when you get it in hand. Don't like the blue windows on the sides because they just don't work. Why? Why blue windows? It doesn't work with the orange and red because that's supposed to be the secondary color, and then you have blue that just steps in and is like, I'm here too. So it's like, it just ruins it. Not in person though. In the pictures, yeah, it kind of does. In person, it's not that bad. It really isn't. And the gray tones and black actually blend in a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I like the red and how that fades in, and the X. He definitely deserves a little bit more of that red, but I think he's pretty cool. The fingertips are very nice in that orange. I really like that. He's got a beautiful head. If you don't like the Michael Bay aesthetic, I get that, but this is very insect-like. And I think it really works. The dreads look very nice on this guy. I just think this works. It really does. You could take the weapons and you can plug them onto the back if you want, or you can plug them into the hands, which is what I do. Now, keep note, for easier access, for these to really stay in, you got the little tab thing right on the side there. That's the hook that holds it in place on the back. What you want to do is you want to take the hook and put it in between the fingers, so that way you can drop it in and it goes in further. So you got that. Articulation is fine on this guy. You can get him into some pretty good poses, which I really love. Very insane look. Not perfect. I don't like the heels. Heels should have been done better, in my personal opinion. But I think that overall, this guy is pretty cool. So very nice. I love this guy. You have Beast Hunter Soundwave? I don't like Beast Hunter Soundwave. Barricade! Let's talk about Barricade for a second. Okay, if you guys know me, you guys knew that I was really excited to get Barricade. I thought he had a nice look overall. And yeah, he wasn't a perfect figure. We knew that right off the bat. But he looks so nice to me. Like, there's something nice about this. I love the Mustang look. I love everything about this design. Paint-wise, not everything is good, but he does have some good paint. Like on the front here is very nice. There's a little bit of paint on the back, which is good. It's mostly the doors. I hate the doors with the police logo and the Decepticon logo. I just hate that. But the red and blue on the top here is very nice. The coloring in that is so good. I love that. And this dark blue is actually really good. I think it pops, which really helps his cop aesthetic. Because, I don't know, maybe this is just me, but Barricade never really looked like a cop to me in Robot. He just looked like something that you would hit and it would just explode because it wouldn't stay together well. That's referring to the robot mode. This Barricade is completely the opposite, and they give him character, and I love that. I love how the Decepticons, I don't know how much screen time they're going to have in the movie, but I love that they're giving them character traits. Yeah, we got a couple of Decepticons that you know is there, but you got some Decepticons that have traits, which reminds me of the first movie, because the first movie had Bone Crusher and Brawl and all of them, and not all of them had a lot of screen time or character development or anything like that. Hell, some of them didn't even have voices, but at least they had a small enough cast of Decepticons that you knew which Decepticons were which. You know, and yeah, they weren't really the toughest thing. I mean, you just poke one in the face and it'll explode, but at least you knew which one was which. At least this was Brawl, this was Bone Crusher, that was Barricade and whatnot. But anyways, I do like the fact that he has character traits of his own, which is very good. And I love this thing. So yeah, the gun thing is a gun thing, and it just attaches to the top. You can pull that down. I've seen people that have done this before. Hook this into here between the feet, but that just warps the plastic, and I'm not interested in doing that. Just keep that in mind, that there are two metal pins inside here. So when you put this in, you want to make sure that the metal pins are at the bottom. Otherwise, you could break the metal pins because they go throughout the guns, like these two little gun pieces right here, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, they go through the whole thing. Oh, and I dropped that. So just keep a note on that. And also, you can't really separate them. So any customizer out there is going to have problems because the back of the plastic is filled out. So there's no real reason to, or no real way to get the pins out if you're a customizer, which I don't like. But anyways, you got the Punch and Slave, which I know he doesn't have that in the movie, this one, but I believe the original ones actually had that. So I think that might be based off that. I know it's based off the first movie, but I believe in production of The Last Night, he did have to Punch and Enslave. But there's a fly on me. But I could be wrong about that. So yeah, Barricade looks cool. I do like it. It's just some things that I wish they redid. So yeah, let's go ahead and transform them. So first, what you want to do is take the doors and unpop. Yeah. Pop them off. I guess it's not really unpop. Why did I say that? And then you want to take the back and you want to untab the feet from here. And you want to pull that up with the doors and fold the doors in. Which, by the way, I just want to make a point. Actually, 2 points. One, why isn't the doors being added into this? Into the arms? He has the doors on the arms. The arms are right there. Why are the doors becoming part of the backpack? I don't know. That just seems dumb to me. That and I know you can take the backpack off. I'm not going to do that because I've noticed that there's stress marks on the joint. So you don't have wave 2. We already have wave 3. So anyways, separate the feet and rotate the legs and bring the feet down. And what you want to do is the heel is on a separate joint, so you just make sure that the heel goes back all the way. And yes, you can attach the weapons on the bottom. You don't need to remove any of the weapons, even the piece on the back. I like to remove the piece on the back, but that's it. All the other weapons I like to leave on, sometimes, I guess. Anyways, take the wheel bits and fold them down and unpeg the arms from inside the body. You're going to swing them up like so. And then there's a joint inside the arm. You want to move that forward, or inside this gray bar. Just click that forward and bring down the chest, and that doesn't tab into place, which really pisses me off, but whatever. Let's see, fold that down. Rotate the arms down like so. Rotate these wheel bits up like that. And the arms have to be rotated like this. You want to rotate it back and rotate the fist. So you see where the joint is. It's outwards. That's how you have to have it for the transformation. So just rotate that around. Are you a lazy man 217? Yeah. Hold on. Just okay, there we go. And yeah, make sure the backpack's on the back, and there's Barricade in his robot mode. First up, he looks like a Titan Master. Why? Because the whole back of his head is that light gray plastic. So just, I don't know if that's just me. He looks like a Titan Master. He's not, by the way, but still very cool looking. Like I just like the silhouette, the design. He's much more bulky this time, which I know some people don't like, but the original Barricade was just too thin and spindly for me. I don't know. Like I still like that design of Barricade, but I think this works as a Decepticon more so. I mean, he's big, he's tough, he's bulky, not too tall, but he's definitely not bad. And I do like this guy. He's not perfect though. I mean, the chest. And yes, I do know about the backpack. I don't care about kibble. It doesn't even faze me at this point, I don't think. Because, well, or maybe. I don't know. Basically, yes, it could fold up. I don't really care. I'm not going to pose it with the backpack showing. So it's like, I don't really care. The head sculpt is beautiful on this guy. I love it. And the chest looks very nice with the whole body, and the weapons are cool. He's got the pistol on the side here, which I love how these plug onto the side. And then the baton stick, or whatever you want to call it. And it can hold all the weapons, which is very nice. I love the guns. You can also plug them onto the side here if you want. The baton piece also has a peg on the back there, so you can wield it in 2 different ways. Sure, there's a bug flying up my nose. So, anyways, yeah, Barricade's so cool. And even with that said, like, he's not perfect, but I just love the character. I love the silhouette of him. And I don't mean character as in like in the movie. I haven't even watched The Last Night. I don't know if they changed his character in any way or something. I don't know. I just like what character they're giving him just based on his design. God, there's flies flying everywhere, and I don't know why. Anyways, the gun on here looks pretty cool, and my God, the punish and slave or whatever it is signs on the fist. Oh, protect and serve, right? That is gorgeous. I love that. So barricade is fantastic to me. I love this. And no, I'm not taking off the backpack. As I just said, stress marks. I don't want to do that. So very cool. I like this guy. Steelbane. Okay, let's talk about this guy. Let's just dive into this guy. I'm not even going to say what alt mode he is because people are arguing Dragon, Wyvern. I really don't care. So it's just whatever. As a lot of you guys may know, this is probably one of the worst figures to be featured in The Last Night. Definitely according to Bolt Matrix, because his figure was very loose and couldn't stand and just had so many problems. And I understand why. I originally wasn't going to get this. I was going to get Squeaks, but I already have a Squeaks in my collection, so I figured, you know what, might as well just not. I was thinking of Drift. I didn't get them because I already have a Drift. If I'm going to go to Walmart anytime later and I still have money, I might get Drift or Squeaks. Those are pretty much the only two deluxes I'm going to go after for Wave 2 after this because I don't care for the Slug. The Voyagers I definitely want. As far as the deluxes are concerned, it's just those two. And then in Wave 3, it's going to be the Bumblebee, and I think the Cogman's also in that wave. But I could be wrong about that. I don't think Cogman's going to be an exclusive because they didn't. If you look back, they didn't mention him as an exclusive. And then I'm also going to get a few of the exclusives if I feel like it. But anyways, so yeah, Steelbane. Sorry about that. Steelbane, for me and my figure, is actually not bad for the joints. The Dragon mode, I'm liking. I like how I'm posing him right now. I'm pretty sure Cogman is a part of the mission to Cybertron. Yeah, I look back and they said that the Megatron and the what's the other one? The repaint of the Skeletron are going to be mission to Cybertron exclusives, and then they say that Hot Rod is going to be an exclusive. Like they had a list of exclusives, and then they had another listing for Cogman, and he wasn't listed for anything. They just said that he's getting released in retail. That's it. So I think Cogman's going to be that Wave 3 figure that's going to fill in the space. Anyways, so yeah, this guy is actually not that bad for me. The joints aren't great though. Like the joint on the tail is not fantastic, but I mean he can hold a pose. As soon as I spread out the wings, yeah, they're probably gonna flop around if I mess around with it. But I mean they still hold a pose surprisingly enough. I'm not gonna pose it right now because I like how he is in my hand right now. I don't know. I got the one finger holding up his front legs, the one finger holding up his back. I don't know. There's something cute about this. I like this. Now I want Skeletron just to have two like this. Anyways, the head I'm not too big on, but I kind of like it more in hand than I did in the pictures. Still don't care about the feet. It's not a good look. And the torso's not great either, but I mean, at least you have the sword that helps cover that up, but it doesn't do a good job. But it's definitely not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Is the War for Cybertron Optimus Prime and Orion packs a mission to Cybertron pack? No. It is still a Toys R Us. Yeah, it is still a Toys R Us exclusive, but it's for Generations. It's going to be part of the Timeline series, so I guess. Okay, could you stop repeating that Steelbane is a dog? Even though he is, probably. Anyways, I do like the pose I have him in. I do like the wings in a sense. I don't know. They could have been better, but I think as far as it's concerned, I do like it. Um, so I do like Steelbane a lot more than I thought he was gonna be. He's not fantastic though. I mean, I like the tongue. That's cute. Um, and the posability is there, but he's not a fantastic figure. But he's definitely not as bad as I thought he was going to be. Just not great. Anyways, to transform him, you want to take the sword off if you have that in the back. And I'm going to try and show this the best way that I possibly can without being a floppy mess. First off, what you want to do is take the shoulders and move them out of the way. There is a joint to where both sides of the chest will move out. And then just get the wings out of the way. You can spread them out. They're probably going to flop around, but at least this is easier. And then what I like to do is there's a joint right here. And I like to just move that up halfway for right now. Take this piece right here. Rotate that around to the side. And what I like to do is I like to start bringing this down so that I know when I go to the back here. I'm sorry, I'm not showing that too well. You can see, if I get the wings out of the way, you can see this joint right here. And all that folds down and will go to down here to line up with the tail because both the head and the tail forms the legs. So what I like to do is I like to move that up part way. And then what I like to do is rotate this around because you need to make sure that the peg hole right there is coming out of the back. This whole piece right up here rotates the other way around. So with that out of the way, you could rotate this around and accidentally transform them incorrectly if this piece is not rotated around. So that's why I like to do it halfway, is to make sure that I'm lining everything up. Once you do, you just plug this into place. And that was one of my biggest worries because I heard that it was a big issue that none of this could tab into place. On mine, it's fine. Like, it's perfectly fine. Anyways, moving on from that, we've got the legs to worry about. What you want to do is rotate the legs forward, like so. Take the tail and fold that back, and it's on a ratcheting joint. Well, not a ratcheting joint, but it does click. And then move the foot forward. So there you go. On this side, it's a little different. What you want to do is rotate this back. You want to make sure that the mouth is closed and the ears are forward. Rotate the head. Make sure that's folded all the way back and flip out the foot. Next, what you want to do is with the chest, you want to fold this back to the correct position, like so, where everything is smooth and flat. The reason why you want to do that is because if you don't do that and you leave it like that, there's a bit of plastic that sticks out, and you have to slide the chest down, and it will get in the way if you don't have the chest flat. It's not hard to be able to get this thing right. It's just you need to make sure that that is flat and smooth to be able to transform it correctly. And just so you know, you can pull the shoulders back more than that. Like, it moves on this joint right here. So you can pull them back further, but you have to make sure that everything is rounded off correctly to where it's going to look like this. And then make sure that that is all the way down. And then you take the shoulders, and there's these little grooves that will go into the tabs here. So make sure that this back piece is up all the way. And you'll see the grooves will line up with all that. And it's a little trial and error. But as soon as you get the hang of it, everything seems to be fine. Moving on from that, you want to rotate the fist around and fold down the claw. Do the same thing to the other side. And move down the arms if you wish, or pose them however you like. And then that's pretty much Steelbane in his robot mode. Now, the wings, what you can do is you can just spread them out like that. which is a very nice look. You can also bring the wings down if you like. Very nice. What I like to do is there is a joint right here that both the wings are attached to. So if you notice that when I rotate that down, the other wing moves down with it. You can now take the arm and fold that up, and the wings go against each other. So I like to collapse that to where this is on the other side of the wing, and then fold this section down. And I'm going to do that quickly on the other side to show you exactly why I decided to do that, because I pose that in a way to have this nice, very nice cape silhouette. And it's not as good when you look at it from the photos and pictures, but trust me, in hand, it looks very nice. It's not that easy to get it all lined up. I noticed that the arms are off, but if you do, it looks really nice. So I do like that. And that is Steelbane in his robot mode. Now, he is not perfect, but I love the style of it. I love the molding of it. And what I noticed is you could put this in your Transformers Prime collection. It doesn't have to be just movie alone, because he's got these smooth curves just like Transformers Prime did. You know, Transformers Prime was definitely complex in its design, but it also had this smooth curves to it with the characters. And this one continues that. So you can have this in your Transformers Prime collection without a problem. So that's nice. The head is gorgeous. I love that. I do understand that he's got the claws of the dragon on the side here. I really don't mind that, honestly. Hey, Master Builder, I am tempted to kick you out of the chat for that. Anyways, you still haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy 2? You need to, because it's good. Hoping that the second movie and Deadpool 2. Funny enough, I'm just going to break out of the review just for a sec. Deadpool was filmed 5 minutes away from me. Apparently, the building that they use for Xavier's School of Gifted Children or whatever is in my area. And I had no idea. So I could have went like 5 minutes and just saw them filming, and no one offered to take me, so that was fun. Anyways, but it is cool that they were just filmed up there. So going back to Steelbane, very cool. But my biggest concern or biggest problem is there's nowhere to place the sword that I found. I could put it in between the arms of the dragon, but there's no tabs that I found that you can add that into. And it looks like there's something to where you can slide this in, but it's not thick enough to put the sword in. You can only put the front of that, and that just looks dumb. So I don't really do that. But you can plug the sword into the hand. It's the sword's not bad. It is mostly that rubbery plastic. I kind of like the detail on the sword, but I wish that they did something else or more unique. But it's not bad. It's fine. I can plug that into the hand like that. And my God, I just love the silhouette of this guy. My biggest problem that I have with him, I know I keep saying that, but I think the biggest issue of robot mode is the joints in the legs. Now, I'm used to this, so it's not a huge issue, and he's definitely not the worst. I mean, he's about like probably a little bit better than the robots in this Disguised Starscream. This side's fine. This side is okay, I guess. Which is funny because I noticed that in Dragon mode, this is a lot looser, so I don't know exactly what's going on with that. But anyways, so yeah, you can do whatever you want with the posing, although that front bit likes to get in the way, but I don't necessarily mind that because I think that's a good look, so that's fine. The knees are okay, but I hate the feet. If there's one thing I actually hate about this toy, it's the feet. Because they're so tight, and I can't seem to get him in a good pose to where it's on its side. This foot, I can't. The other foot, I can. And I don't really understand why I can't on this side, because it's the same piece. And I don't want to break that, but I should be able to pose that correctly, and it's just not allowing me. I think, though, that's just mine. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's just on mine, but I can't seem to really get into the... Oh, now it will. But yeah, just something to watch out for. Because I don't like him when his feet are just up like that. I like him a little bit spread out. And that's a good look. I do like that. The shoulders are nice. I love how smooth and bulky they are. The torso detailing, the mold, is very nice, but I wish they just chose... If they were going to paint it over with silver, that's fine. But I wish they chose between doing that and matching that with all this, or doing this and matching it with the front. I think if they did this, the lighter brownish color, and then matched it with the front of the chest, I would have been fine, but they didn't match it, which I don't like. But the detail itself is very good, and I love how that all stands out. It's very nice. And yeah, it's a little chipped, but I feel like that's meant to be, because he feels like an old Transformer. He feels like something that was kind of just put on the sideline for the longest time and hasn't really been activated in a long time, which I think is what happened in the movie. So, I mean, I haven't watched it yet, but just overall, like, I am satisfied with this character. I am satisfied with this figure. I don't think he's perfect, but he is definitely a lot better than I thought he was going to be. However, here's the thing. Thank you, and I hope I enjoy camping. Here's the issue that I have with it. It's the recommendation. All right? I mean, I've had multiple issues with this, but here's my big issue right now, is my recommendation. I can't say that I recommend him. And it's because of the quality control issues. Some people have had a better Steelbane, some people have had a worse Steelbane. I cannot honestly say that you should go ahead and get him, because you're going to have a chance of having a bad figure or a good figure. Luckily, this is pretty good for what it is. So I do like Steelbane, but I just say watch out, okay? But yeah, I do like this. Hello, Shockwave151. And then last but not least for the reviews, Trigger Happy. Oh my god, I love that thing. Okay, not as good as I thought. I think people overhyped it, but it's still good. I like it. I love the blue jet mode. I love the guns coming off of it. It's just, oh, the front guns right here. Oh, they're so nice. And then the wings. Oh, I love the silhouette. The wings on the back and sides. Oh my god, they're so cool. The copper thruster bits on the back is just, oh my god, it's so good. I love this thing. Okay, let's talk about some of the issues. One of the issues that I have is putting the Type Master inside the cockpit. It's just not an easy thing because, one, sometimes I've noticed that the head sticks up a little too high and that gets in the way of pushing down the cockpit. But, I mean, it's fine for right now. It's just sometimes you need to watch out for that. And my other complaint, and this is probably my only complaint other than the Headmaster, well, actually, it's still continuing with the Headmaster, is putting him inside is difficult. I've noticed that he seems to catch on the back of the Trigger Happy figure inside the cockpit, and he doesn't really go in too well. The good news about that is you can move down the front of the jet and then move up the cockpit to get easier access. And you can see that the legs continue into there, which, by the way, love the console. Oh my god, I am so happy with that. But if you want easier access to get the Target Master or Target Master Headmaster inside there, there you go. Love the guns on the side here. I think that's nice. Let's take out the Headmaster. This is Blowpipe, which I actually like the name Blowpipe. I don't know why. It's just something. I don't know. Whenever I hear the name Blowpipe, it always catches me, and I'm like, well, I kind of want that figure. I don't know why. I believe the one that came with Huffer was Blowpipe. No, that was Cowburst. But there was a Dropkick repaint that was named Blowpipe, and I always wanted that. And I think that's the main reason why. Blue and white. I don't know why this is a common color for Headmasters. If you notice, I believe its highbrow shares the same color. The one with Topspin shares the same color. And now this one shares the same color. And I think I have another Titan Master that shares the exact same color. Why is blue and white so popular? I don't understand it, but whatever, it's fine. As far as Trigger Happy is concerned, very cool. I even like this little bit right here. Don't know why. Decepticon logo, nice paint applications. Not the best, but it's not bad. And it's got landing gear on the front, little wheels on the side here. But one thing that I'm confused about is it seems like there's a little tab right on the side there that's supposed to do something. And I'm like, okay, maybe that's landing gear. There's no way to plug it in like this. You have to plug it in like that on the peg. I really don't understand that. You don't need it for any of the other modes, like Robot or the Headmaster. It's just, why does it have that? I don't understand it. But it doesn't ruin the figure. It's just I'm confused by that. Still very nice look. And you can plug the port thing, the stands right there, but you can also plug it on the waist right there if you can get it inside there. So very nice. I love the look of this. Very cool. And yeah, it kind of reminds me of an X-Wing now that I have it in hand. Anyways, transformation. I just wish it had the 4 wings. That would be pretty cool. Transformation, you want to fold down the cockpit, or at least fold it down to about there, just to get it out of the way. Take the arms and move them forward like so. And take the feet, and you're going to swing them down. Now, when you transform this into alt mode, what you want to make sure is the joint on the waist is just up 1 click. And then you can see the feet are right there, and the feet just fit inside that. So just make a note on that. Straighten out the legs like so. Bring down the waist to that. And what you want to do is everything on the back here with the cockpit and the legs, you're going to rotate that all the way around like so on that joint, which is very impressive and definitely different to what we've been getting. And then the waist just folds up into that. And rotate the waist and fold out the feet and the heels. Like so. And the heels are on a separate joint. Anyways, well, not a separate joint. It's on the same joint, but it's like a different piece. Let's see. I'm just doing this side quickly. Come on. There we go. Now, what I found easier to do is when you take this up, you want to take that up all the way and then bring this down, because that will help hook that into place on the top here, because it plugs onto that and then it plugs down here. I've noticed on my Trigger Happy that it's very tight to plug in and take off on this side, which is a huge issue. I feel like I'm going to break it. Take the wings, fold them back, and take the guns, fold them up, and take the fists and fold them out. And there's Trigger Happiness Robot Mode. Oh my god. Oh, separate the legs. Oh my god, this is so cool to look at. Very Decepticon-like. I love this thing. You can take the guns. You can combine them. I don't care about combining them too much, except for one reason, which I'll talk about in a sec. But you can plug them into the hands. You could also plug them onto the side of the arms if you like. That's just optional. And then, of course, the Titan Master can transform as a regular Titan Master. I love the painting on the face, though I thought that the eyes would be surrounded by black. It might be, but I wish there was more to it. No, it is not. It's just dark blue. That's unpainted, but whatever. Not bad. And you can plug the Tight Master on the top. Very nice tight fit. And there is Trigger Happy fully transformed. I love this thing. Oh my god, I love this thing. It is so cool. I love the knees and how they stick out to the side. Well, these aren't the knees. These are the knees, but I love the wings. I love the silhouette. I love the look. I love the design. The detail's impressive. He just screams Decepticon. He is so cool. So nice. And he's fun to play around with on the weapons, too. Because you can take these weapons off and just rotate these down and have those as the guns. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. You can do that easily. But what's cool about this is that's not the only thing you can do. You can also take these guns and you can plug them. I'm going to do the other side. You can also plug them inside there. So you have a a 4-barrel gun on both hands. That's cool, right? There's more. You can take the arms and the shoulder joints, move them up, rotate this out, like so. And I've struggled with this, but you can, I'm not going to do that right now. You can combine this to make a whole turret section of just 8 guns. And it feels like a gun when I have it in my hand now. It feels like a Transformer gun thing. So here comes the gun modes, ladies and gentlemen. I freaking love that thing. And yes, he's got kibble on the side of his arms. I don't care. I really just don't. Because it really works for him. It's not just like obnoxious kibble that has nowhere to go. It works for him. And I think it's nice. So, do I recommend Trigger Happy? Yes. However, while I'm gushing over this toy, I'm a little spoiled because I got the top spin and it has a very similar transformation with the back. So, this isn't really too new for me. But it is the first to feature that transformation for Generations toys. I'm pretty sure if you start looking, there's more Transformers with that. It's just with a lot of the Generations toys, they've had a similar transformation. So yeah, I think that this guy is nice. And I do have Topspin right beside me right here. I do love the fact that I got these two. Very cool. I love these guys. I am so impressed. Definitely recommend you guys get Topspin and Trigger Happy. I'd say get Trigger Happy first because Topspin's a good figure by himself, but he kind of ruins that bit of transformation once you get him. And Trigger Happy is so cool once you get that transformation in hand. So I'd say get Trigger Happy first and then get Topspin. But if you missed out on the opportunity to get Trigger Happy and you have an opportunity to get Topspin, I'd say go ahead and get Topspin first. But if you have the choice between getting Topspin first and Trigger Happy, and you can get the other one later, then I'd say go ahead and get Trigger Happy first. But that's just me. So, there we go. That is the review. So, what do I rate them? I'm just going to say which one's my favorite and which one's my least favorite. I think that, honestly, and this is just me, it's between these two. Best and worst. I love the silhouette of Berserker. I think he's good. Posing him is fantastic. When he can stand and look good in pose, he really sells it. And I love that. He's not perfect, but I'm patient with the transformation enough to where I can mess around with it enough to get it in place and everything works. And I like that. Barricade is my least, but that's not to say he's bad. It's just that I've had problems with him in the transformation. I get stuck a couple of times. Now, I've only just had him. So I imagine later on down the road that's going to change, and I'm going to get used to that. I'm going to be like, you know what? No, Barricade's a lot better than I thought. But just for right now, it's kind of a pain. And that's funny. He's got the easiest transformation out of all of them. And Steelbane actually has the worst transformation, I think, because you have to struggle with that and things are just getting in the way. But for Barricade, I just think the transformation, for me right now, is kind of a problem. But again, I've only just had the figure, and it's struggling with the arms and the doors. I don't know why. There's just something about that. Because here's the thing. With Steelbane, yeah, things are getting in the way, but I can just move them out of the way and it's fine. With Barricade, I struggle with trying to get the arms in. Hey, Shockwave151, I haven't seen the movie. So, could you mind not spoiling the movie? Thank you. So yeah, that's just my opinion on the Transformers figures. Now, you guys have seen that I got a Mega Construx Halo, Mega Bloks Halo set. And if you're wondering if I'm going to do a build video on that, I'm not sure. Because what I could do is film a build video that's like an hour long, but it wouldn't be live. It would just be a speed build thing. Guys, shut up with the spoilers. Shut up with the spoilers. Yeah, you are spoiling it. You're saying who's not dying and who is dying or something. I know you just said that you didn't say the name of someone who died, but I can pinpoint exactly who you're talking about. No, but then you guys are talking about someone that survived. I haven't seen the movie. So, can we just drop it? Just drop. Let's see. Put this user in timeout. I have no issue with blocking people. I really have no issue with blocking people, man. And I'm not saying you guys in particular. I know I just talked to like two guys that were talking about the movie, but you guys saw the one comment that actually did spoil something in the movie. So, however, I did clue into that, and I thought, okay, well, I can kind of pinpoint that. But yeah, so. Anyways. You think that my favorite character might be Cogman? I'll have to wait and see. Because I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But so far from what I'm seeing, Nitro Zeus is pretty cool. Hi, can you say something to me, please? I did. Hi. And no to your question earlier, I'm not going to sub because I don't really sub people who ask. So, anyways, I think I'm going to head out because why the fuck not? I got stuff to do later on tonight. So, yeah, I thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads. All good? Okay, cool. Sorry, it's just a thing I do. It's really no offense to you at all. It's just, yeah, that. Will you guys see Godzilla 2? Yes. Okay, I'll see Godzilla 2. I hope that they'll put Godzilla actually in the movie, and not make it seem like it's a movie, it's a monster movie, but then they just put in Godzilla. Because honestly, that was the first movie for me. It's like, okay, you already have a monster, and then you just throw in Godzilla. That's it. That's the whole movie. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, guys. I do not like the 2014 Godzilla movie. I really don't like that movie. And I get that CGI is expensive, but when you have a movie titled Godzilla and your movie mostly focus on the Muto whatever monsters, it's like that's like a middle finger to my face. You know, you can argue that with Transformers, but at least Transformers, like I understand the problem with that, and this is going to sound kind of broken, but at least when they put Transformers in it, it's not like it's titled Optimus Prime or anything like that. It's not like the movie's titled Optimus Prime. It's called Transformers, so whatever character you have, you know, fits the title. With Godzilla, your CGI character, you have 3 CGI characters, 2 Mutos, and then a Godzilla, and you're using all that time for the Muto. It doesn't feel like a Godzilla movie. It feels like Muto or whatever. Muto, whatever its name is. I can't even remember. But yeah, I don't like the 2014 Godzilla movie. I really just don't. Can't wait for King Kong versus Godzilla. I think that there's only going to be like a minute of actual King Kong versus Godzilla, which, whatever. It's kind of the same thing as like when people were complaining about the Dinobots in the 4th movie. They were saying, oh, they only show them for like 5, 10, 15 minutes. And like they're supposed to be the upfront characters for Age of Extinction. Like they promote them on everything. And it just pissed me off because I expected them to be in the movie more. And I'm just like, I'm surprised we got them as much as we did. I like how Superman v Batman wasn't about Batman and Superman that much. Yeah, pretty much. Bye, Brian. I actually need to go. I turn into a douchebag when I feel sick, and I don't want to piss anyone off. It's fine, dude. It's fine. So yeah, that's pretty much just what I wanted to talk about. Anyways, I'm gonna head out. I thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads. And I'll see you guys next time. Oh, and I am going camping later. The next Canadian Reviewer episode will be up after I'm done camping because I want to check out for copyright stuff. So whenever I come back from camping, which is probably going to be June 2nd, so maybe June 3rd is going to be the Unicron review. There you go. Stop looking at me. I haven't even put on my makeup yet.